5 of 6 since the All-Star break, and Lonzo Ball looks like he's found his shot. He hit 6 threes against the Spurs on Saturday, and he's shooting 50% from the field since coming back from his injury. We're joined by Rob Parker.
I'm not choking at all. Not at all.
Rob, you've been critical of Lonzo. Maybe you have even called him a bust. So have you changed your mind at all?
By the way, you realize you turned around his whole life. You went to that game that night.
That's
Remember
right.
That Friday night game? And from that moment on, for you, he saw you up in the crowd. He said, I'm going to show up. Yeah.
So what was that question again?
Have you changed your mind at all?
No way, no how.
You know,
Come on, you know what?
come on.
I'm not the kid against, not Portland, the game before of the Spurs. You know what? He made shots. He knocked down shots. Hats off to him. Nobody's going to take away when he plays well. He hasn't played consistently well all year.
Right.
But that game, they gave him shots, and they said, we dare you to knock down threes, and he did it. So I give him credit there. But let's not have this gloss over the reality that is Lonzo Ball. And the reality, Skip Bayless, this is for you.
Okay.
All real numbers.
Thank you.
Of the 16 rookies at 300 field goal attempts or more,
Yeah.
he's second to worst in the NBA this season. Of the 12 rookies with 150 three-point field goal attempts or more, right, he's the third worst of all rookies in the NBA. And of the 23 rookies with 50 free throw attempts or more, he is last in free throw. Okay?
I would think he would be dead last.
He's last.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you know, for you to, like, celebrate and act like he's arrived because he had this one game, which is a great win for them. And I know the Spurs were missing people. I'm not going to discount the win because people weren't there. You got to play with who's there. They scored 34, 35 points in the fourth quarter on the road. That's a big-time win in the NBA no matter who's there. So I'll give you that. But when he was out, he missed 15 games. At one point, they were 8-2 without him. Brandon Ingram played well. I mean, so when I...
You Randall, Housing.
Right, they were all playing well. So the thing about Lonzo is, if you're going to look at him when he does have a few good games and he plays well in this stretch that he's had, you can't discount or look at the bad season that he's had for the most part. And the numbers bear it out. No matter what you talk about, this was not the season that people thought Lonzo Ball was going to have. It just isn't. It wasn't what was advertised. He's not going to be the rookie of the year like Jason Kidd. He's not Jason Kidd. He's not that guy. Magic said they're going to hang his jersey in the rafters and he's going to replace him as one of the all-time greats. None of that is true so far. Does that mean that he can't be a productive player in the league? Yes. You've never heard me say that he can't play.
You did.
I did know.
The B word. You
But
went to the bust word.
I'm not taking that away.
Okay.
I said to that point, he was a bust. Has he played better since he came back? Yes, he has. But he is not the guy as advertised. And if you think that the Lakers are going anywhere different with him so far, you're wrong. They're not.
Go ahead, Skip. I'll let you refute, Rob.
You don't want to pile on?
No.
Pile on.
I want a sandwich. I want you to go in the middle. And I'm
there you
gonna come
go.
out. Go
And then you
ahead.
come
I would rather
around.
both of you pile on
No,
and I
no.
can just dismantle both of you at once.
No.
Okay. So, Rob Parker, since December 12th, that's a long time ago, this kid has shot 47 of 106 from the three-point line. That's 44.3%. That is not bust from the three-point line, and that's a long span of time.
Well, but there were 15 games he missed as well.
So, but that's 16 of his games. So that's a pretty good sample size. And again, just since he came back from his injury over the last 5 games, he's 17 of 29. That's 59%. I told this man repeatedly, I had to sit over here and say, no, just the way you said no to him because he kept saying he can't shoot. He's got to change the funky style. I said he made 41% at UCLA, and even though the line's a little closer, he will be a 38 to 40% career three-point shooter in the NBA, and he's gotten right back on track. I also told both of you, No kid, no rookie has ever come into any league in the history of pro sports in this country with a bigger target on his back than this kid did. And he was crumbling for the first 6 weeks of the season because he had to see point guard after point guard who wanted to obliterate him and obliterate the father for saying all the things that came out of the father's mouth. And
Like
the father,
Damian Lillard the other night?
everybody. Name somebody. Somebody's taking a shot at Lonzo to get at LeVar. So just if you just look at across the board numbers, he's 10, 7, and 7. And if you look at the whole league right now, you can't find anybody other than LeBron James who's making 30% or more of his threes with those numbers across the board. Only LeBron and Lonzo. Obviously, LeBron's way above Lonzo's numbers, but there are only two of those in that category. And then you look at this. He obviously leads his team in assists. For much of the year until just recently when Julius Randle came back alive, Lonzo has led this team in rebounding. Someday he will average 10-plus rebounds a game as he gets his man body. He's 20 years of age. And he leads the team in steals and he's high in blocks because he's 6'7" and he's long and he can block shots. So he's very disruptive on defense. All I see is a very special player, but a subtly special player because he doesn't care about scoring. So he's not your cup of tea. He's not going to wow you. He's not going to knock you out of your seat. If he thinks his team needs for him to score 29 like he did at Phoenix, he'll go score 29. But what he's going to average, someday he'll average a triple-double for a whole season. I will bet on it. Remember I said
I'll
this.
take that bet.
Okay? I will bet on it because as he grows up, he'll average 15 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. That's what he's not going to be Russell going 30, 10, and 10, but he'll go 15, 10, and 10, more like Jason Kidd. And he will lead this team to a championship at some point because he is a very special, high IQ player, and he is Magic's cup of tea. And Magic said transcendent. And we've had others on this show, other coaches in the league. They're just in awe of the impact,
love the kid.
The subtle impact he has on the game. But he's not for the easily wowed or easily amused. He's not going to play that way because he doesn't care. He only cares about doing what is required in any given moment. And again, if that's not your kind of guy, I'm fine with that. But he's my kind of guy.
Rob, you see what they do? To try to make this situation, make it appear better, since December 12th. They started playing games in October. So what am I supposed to do about October and November, Joy?
What you should do is look at what LeVar did to Lonzo.
How about this here? Since he's been back, he's shooting 50% from the field. Guess what, Rob? Now he's shooting 36% for the season.
When you add that.
Add the 50% in. See,
So you're not going to give the 20-year-old, he was actually 19 at that point, you're not going to give him any break for what his father did to him for the first 6
No,
weeks?
his father said he played no bearing on that.
Oh.
He said his
Father
dad
says a lot of things.
Well, he said he's been dealing with this his
whole
father's
life.
been talking his whole life.
So now you're going to actually take to heart what his father said?
I'm talking what he said. If it's a lie, he told it. But anyway, Skip. Now, when I look at other rookies, Donovan Mitchell, 2 40-point games,
Love him.
6 games of 30.
Love him.
Kyle Kuzma, guy that's on his very team, got 16 games of 20 plus points.
Mm-hmm.
I see. How about this? I know a guy that was Rookie of the Year, Joy, about 5-6 years ago. He averaged 17, 6, and 6. His name was Michael Carter Williams. 17, 6, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he's playing now? He's in Charlotte.
Yeah, go look it up before the draft. See what I said about him before the draft. Did not like him.
He was Rookie of the
Still
Year.
don't like
He
him.
Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Well,
That's
I don't
something
care.
Lonzo Ball ain't gonna be.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball ain't gonna be Rookie of the Year.
You know, you want this bet? I'll take Lonzo Ball against Kyle Kuzma long term, and if God is willing and we're together 5 years from today, you will eat those words so big. Yeah, you like Kuzma.
Kuzma, Skip, you just got to admit, if you're looking at what we're talking about
He's
in
come
front
back
of
to
you.
earth.
Yeah, but in front of you, he's still the best rookie on the team. He's had
He is
He's
not.
had a better year.
He has
He's
not.
had a
It's not
better
even
year than
close.
Lonzo.
No.
And
Sorry.
Julius.
Sorry.
So Lonzo Ball better than Julius Randle? He played better than Julius Randle?
He's more valuable to the team.
I ain't talking about that. Is he playing better? Is he better?
Julius Randle was a high pick, man. Yeah, he's good.
He wasn't higher than Lonzo.
Well, but I'm saying he was a pretty high pick. I forget what
Like
he was.
7, he like 7 or 9 or something like
Okay.
that.
But what did Luke Walton say in the preseason? He is a, quote, monster.
Yeah.
And he is. He's a really good player.
Oh, no, he didn't
But
win.
he's better with Lonzo.
He didn't win what you call him? He didn't win Summer League Player of the Year.
I was pretty impressed.
No, but the dad
wait.
didn't affect the summer league, right?
Right, right.
Somehow dad didn't affect the summer
Were all
league,
those
and there was no pressure on him there.
Were all those rookies that you rave about in the summer league? They were all there.
So what happened?
Interesting.
But Lonzo, I'm saying.
Yeah, but he wasn't having to play against Patrick Beverly in the summer league like he did in game number 1.
With Donovan
Or
Mitchell.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, look what he's doing. Look at marketing.
I got it. Did their dad say they were better than Steph
I
Curry?
got nothing to do with that. What they got to do with him?
It has everything to do. You know it and I know it.
He said his dad has been talking since he was a little bitty boy.
So, Skip, it affected him when he first started, but it doesn't affect him now.
No.
Why not? It doesn't affect him now.
Have you heard from Dad lately?
What? Yes.
Has he been
It wasn't that long
conspicuous
ago.
by his absence lately? I haven't heard a word from him for maybe a month.
Maybe they
So
took his
Lamar.
passport over there in Lithuania.
We haven't heard
I
from
can't-
Lamar since All-Star break.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll be back. It's just a
Well,
matter
yes,
of time.
of course he will.
I'm sure.
But
he
we
will.
haven't heard from him since
But
then.
these numbers about the rookies, he act like they don't count. It's
Isn't
the whole
the goal
season.
to improve as the season goes on?
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
do you think
He's
he
still
can shoot?
last place.
Can he shoot threes?
Can he shoot threes?
Yeah.
If
You
he's
told me
open-
last time
If
he
he's
couldn't
wide
shoot.
open,
But he lost to Bow Wow with no shoes on.
did.
he
Not-
didn't
Bow
lose
Wow.
to Bow Wow.
He did to Bow Wow.
He won
So Bow
2
Wow's
out of
rookie
3.
of the
And
year.
My
Rookie,
homeboy.
right?
sure
Bow
Lonzo-
Wow's closer to being rookie of the year than Lonzo
Bow
Ball.
Wow, my homeboy from the
got
crib,
it.
ATL.
I think we should put Bow Wow out there. Let's see what happens.
You saw him in the movie.
Like Mike.
Yeah.
it's
Skip, what happens when they decide that they're going to guard him on a three-point line now? What?
They've been guarding him.
They be got
I-
right
Did you watch the Spurs game? He was
Did
open.
I watch it? Yeah.
He wasn't open?
Yeah, there's some stat I don't have it in front of me, but on contested threes, he's hot. He's still making like 37%.
Did you watch? What about the Portland game? Did you watch him shoot the 3 against Portland?
Yeah.
How'd he look? How'd that go?
He made 2 huge late threes, clutch threes, because he's got clutch in him, as opposed to that guy born in Akron, that guy that you can't trust late in games. You can
Don't do
trust
that,
this
Skip.
guy. You can
Skip,
trust
don't
this
do-
guy.
Hold on,
Wow,
This
we're
is the guy
going
you
there?
can trust.
Hold on, Skip.
He asked
Rob,
for it, and he got
Rob. Now you gonna let the man say that?
No,
Lonzo and against.
it. Oh, do you need a bodyguard?
No, I'm with you.
We,
I'm
know-
not that.
we know how
Rob's
Rob
the
feels about the
muscle
king.
around here now.
We know how
Look at
Rob
that.
feel about the king.
But I'm not that
That's
crazy
good.
about the
He's
team.
not that crazy about the
No,
king.
not that crazy.
We gotta leave it there. Thanks for joining us. Well, the Cavs pick up, speaking of the king, a hot dub in Denver tonight.
Yep.
We'll discuss
No,
that next.
no.